a deck post. They're big, huge deck posts. For many years, I did a lot of work on boats, and I've seen just the effects of moisture on wood. So basically, it's always going to win. You know what I mean? And so what you're trying to let it happen is moisture hit this, not have a place to get caught, and have a place to go, and have ability to dry out. The whole time, as we went along, we had to pay attention to the fact that they're going to be outside, uncovered, rained on, sun. No exposed end grain was kind of our first cardinal rule, which is the part that really sucks at moisture. And any joint we had anywhere, at any place, is fully glued. So what we're really doing is guarding against moisture being able to creep, via capillary action in any place in here, and then be able to sit in there and that's when rot starts. We actually made this stack out of a single piece of wood, so you have just that many less seams. We assume that somebody's basically going to be sitting there with a water hose on it, and then an hour later, like a hairdryer. In the spirit of keeping water out, we also made a couple decisions. For example, whether it shows up in the camera or not, this piece on the architectural renderings was an applied piece of trim that wrapped around at that location. We decided to dado it in, basically putting a groove in. And we also did the same for this upper molding. We gave it a little shoulder. But in this case, it prevents ability for water. Like if this was just sort of nailed on, maybe some glue or whatever, what happens is water inevitably gets between this molding and the side, and it just becomes a weak point. So we tried to make it a little more robust and a little more sort of watertight. And even on these interior panels, we used exterior rated plywood. Everything in here is a stainless fastener. Even it's tempting to use galvanized fasteners. And I've made this mistake before where like, oh, it's gonna get 3 coats of paint on it, it's fine. But what happens is paint, everything's permeable. So eventually moisture gets through even paint or whatever, and then eventually you'll see oxidization happening even on a piece of galvanized. Maybe it's 10 years from now. We also decided to make the whole things out of clear Western red cedar. They're really beautiful right now. I mean, it's sort of a shame. We've been saying the whole time they're going to be painted, but it's a wood that's that grows in these kind of environments, and it just doesn't rot. It's it's really good for outside. It's really pretty. Smells beautifully, and underneath that coat of paint, it will be there in its glory. It's got a magical top.